Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's Waiting and Watching. We're out here up in the mountainous areas today, right before the sun rises. I think this would be nice to just watch the sunrise from up on the top of a mountain. You can see the clouds. We just start to get some of the light. Oh, I think there's actually some lights down there in a small town, just a farm. We have this creek running through here that I think is going to be very pretty when it starts to rain. Sometimes that happens. Was not quite expecting that, but that's okay. Let's see if we'll still get a nice sunrise. See some of the stars through the clouds. Peaks of the snowy mountain caps. Through the clouds again. It is a cloudy day. Let's go a little higher. Just listen to the rain. It can be nice out. Just out listening in the rain. Waiting to see if the sun is going to rise. I actually may have done something to the time scale there. That's what I thought. Just see if that means nope, that. That slowed it down. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't expect that, but now we're going in slow motion slightly. Let's get back into here and make sure that that's going back to real time. We'll just speed up a little bit. Let's get to... Oh, a little too much. There we go. Now we're almost there. We just want a little bit of help from some tools here to see what the morning is going to look like and if the weather will clear up. We could clear it ourselves. Let's not do that. Let's get back to enjoying the morning as the rain falls on these mountains. Try to avoid breaking the illusion anymore as the sun rises. Nestle ourselves here in the rocks and look out. We'll go a little forward. See if the sun rises up. Oh, starting to get real bright. Just a little more. There we go. Yeah, we're not going to have as clear of a mountainous morning as I originally thought. That is pretty neat the way some of the clouds are clearing. Look at the colors there. That's just pretty. Oh, starting to clear a bit more as the sun's coming up. I think we can see a bit more of the landscape now. How about that? With it frozen, it's almost like these are, you just got a spray of water across the lens. Being able to see the sun rising there, we get those colors. We get this lovely gradient from blue to orange, going from the night sky to the sun coming over. Can't quite see the peaks of the mountains. That's okay. That's okay. It's realistic. I know. I can see the mountains often. We'll go back to the rain. Oh, wow. That's, look at that. That's a moment. Let's go a little higher up. Let's go to the peak. Oh, I think this is technically the peak. Is there something on top there? It might be a rock. Oh, I see. I think people have been here. Oh, wow. I was thinking that was some kind of markings. That's the water. This is a puddle. Okay, hold on. One thing at a time. Let's not get overwhelmed. First of all, some kind of people have been up here and built a little stone structure. That is no easy feat, considering how it must be to climb up there. I don't see any kind of easy path. You might be able to come, well, yeah, you might be able to, that's fairly flat. If you could get up to this point, you could come here. That's steep, but not too bad, especially with multiple. But you're talking about bringing every one of these rocks up here? Because I'm sure that these small ones are not all the way up here. Reflections in the puddle. Okay. Back to the sunbeam. That's what we were looking at. We got distracted a little bit. Let's head over here. Let's see if... right from the top here. Go really wide. Not that wide. Sometimes the distortion of going too wide doesn't look as good. But I mean, you got the creek down there, the sun starting to come through, this nice strong beam of light. From up on top of a mountain. Probably not something you see every day. How about that? But we do that while it's falling. I think we'll get a slightly better image out of that. I can't say I've ever spent a sunrise morning on the top of a mountain before. There'll be some careful planning necessary. I'm liking what's happening here. I think this is going to be a good moment momentarily. I think if we let the sun come up a little bit more to the point where we get a bit of that shining down on the valley below, we get this long winding creek going all the way through until it meets up with a bigger river. It kind of looks like from here. Get that bright orange sun rising in the distance. I think it's cleared up quite nicely, considering the rain we were having before. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what would be a good angle here. The very top of the mountain doesn't give you any kind of scale, really. But if we look out from the edge of one a little bit, I mean, you can go to the point where you have nothing in the foreground. But I like to keep the foreground a bit because it really shows you, like, gives you that depth of scale so you can see where you currently are and everything out in front of you. That being said, I do prefer when there's a bit more. It's really tough to do on a mountainside. How about this? If we come up to this peak, we may have just been here. Sometimes it takes more than one look to figure out exactly what you're looking for. And that's okay. The clouds over the mountains, that orange sun. Let's appreciate this here. I like that. I like that. I think to finish us out today, we're gonna give it a little bit. Whoa, too much. Look at that. Just a little. Just a little. These are. Oh, I see what I've done here. I've jumped very quickly. That was a snowstorm. I think I may have been affecting the weather a bit too much. Whoa. This is unexpected. I didn't mean to do this, but this is what happens when you meddle with powers better left alone. That was a bit of a oh, what is that, the Time Machine? Is that the movie where you see, I don't remember. I feel like there's some piece of media, something I've seen somewhere. Yeah, now we're at a sunset, so that's on the other side. That's okay. Let's look at that. Where you just see the moon passing and you see its entire phase. How about that? You know what? Sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes they work out pretty well. How about we end out today with a sunset on the other side of the mountain range? I think that's pretty nice. And I think I'd like to thank you for joining me today. We'll stay on just a moment longer to thank you for joining me today. And if you want to join us next week as well, we'll be here doing more waiting and watching. We'll see you then.